it's time to talk about the beautiful new Vagheggi makeup range. I know a lot of you are a fan of the Hydra Fluid Foundation. So there is a version of that still. We'll start with that. It's called Hydra Comfort. There's three colours, the 10, 20, 30. So it follows something similar to what Vagheggi has always had. I will say that I find these colours are a little bit warmer. So if you were using a 10 in this one is just a little bit more peachy. So I will talk about another option for that if you're finding that you're quite pale and you need a slightly paler foundation rather than the new Hydra Comfort. So, Glow Serum Foundation. This is what the other option is for anyone who's a little bit paler. You really do need to give these a very good shape because they're high in mineral content. They're just lovely. So the pump pack, which is quite handy if you're traveling because you can lock it, which is really good. And they're very luminous, so they will reflect a lot. Very popular with young skins. So you can see that's quite pale on my hand. So if you've got a nice pale skin, the Glow Serum's really good. If you just want something that's moisturising, comforting, you go for the Hydra Comfort. They also have these great compacts with everything in them that's fully protective. So there's a full sunscreen in these. That's the darkest one there in the 30. And like the previous one, it comes with a little sponge applicator underneath. So if you're traveling, these are great. I'll show you the difference in colours. I've been swatching and playing with all of these, so you can see I've had a little swatch at those, the 20 and the 10. There we go. I am fond of those. I often take them with me in my handbag or if I'm traveling. If you like a little bit of powder, like a baking powder, if you're fond of doing a little bit extra, or you get quite oily skin and you need something that's a bit mattifying, we do have the traditional powders. So there's one in a clear and one in a beige for our darker skins. All right. They do smell quite nice too. The bronzing powders come in a compact as well. So you've got the beautiful darker one there. And the 10. So I'll just show those different colours. Again, really easy to use. What else have we got? The blushes. Vagheggi's made a lot of these very easy to use. So you've got these two blush colours. You can see one's pink and one's got a slightly more orange tone. The pink is more like your traditional blush that you would do to get that rosy cheek. And you can put it under or over your foundation, however you want to play with it. This one will sort of chisel things out a little bit more, that peachy tone. So you can use it underneath. Look, you could even use these if you wanted to with a bit of a swipe for a bit of a quick lip balm or eye shadow. If you were traveling, you could take just that with you and just a couple of small foundations. They also have stick versions of contours and highlights. So there's the contour. The highlight is extremely luminous, and I'm a big fan of using a little bit of highlight, even if you're mature, up towards this eye area and just up through here, just to lift things a little bit. You can even do your traditional highlights, so down the center of your face, up the lips here, and your contour. So if you have a look on the website, there's lots of suggestions and pictures of how to actually use those products. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to buy the whole range. You can get one or two things. This contour stick here is also another easy version for our paler ladies for a foundation. Or if you don't want to put a full foundation on, but you just want to do a little bit under the eyes and just blend it out with a brush. Say wand of these brushes. I know it's quite popular these days, even with young ladies, to do a little bit of a concealer type effect and then blend it out. So that's what that stick's really handy for. If you're on holidays, you can just take your little stick with you. Very light, just sort of flows onto the skin. It's quite blendable. They have these true concealers. They're calling them Illuminate and Touch. So in a 10, a 20 and a 30, and they come in a tapered applicator. So you can just dab those on. A little bit goes a long way. This one would last you quite some time. What else have we got? We have got the eyeshadow crayons. So, you know how a lot of you buy the quads, and Vagheggi has traditionally had the beautiful little 4 quads, and I've sold a lot of the vanity ones, and these crayons are individual. So if you have a particular colour that you love, you're not wasting buying a whole new palette all over again. So they're quite smooth and creamy, and you just pop them wherever you want to place on that eyelid, and you can blend them with a brush. You can use your finger. They're very good for precise sort of placement with no waste. So I think there's 8 colours. I'm quite fond of the champagne rose myself. It's really, really quite pretty. There's about 5 matte and 3 shimmery satins. Yeah, so quite versatile. Now, 2 mascaras. A panoramic type one similar to the old one, but the brush is a little bit different. The waterproof mascara. Now, I often tell people I'm not a fan of waterproof mascaras, and I'm not. If you're a bride, if you've got special occasions, you know, particularly if you're bound to be a little bit teary, by all means, go for the waterproof for those occasions. The rest of the time, I recommend a run-of-the-mill mascara just to look after your eyes. It's a sensitive sort of area, right? Lips. Lip stylos. Again, the lip stylos come in like a crayon that you wind up and down. Very handy, very easy to travel with or put them in your handbag. Some nice berry, blushy, peachy colours in there. Very creamy and hydrating. Something you can use over the top are these gorgeous lip oils. They come in 4 flavours. I think there's coconut, mint, honey, and I think cherry might be one of them. And they actually smell like that. So it's very hard to resist licking your lips when you've got something that's really nice coconut on there, but it does bring a beautiful gloss to it, and it will nourish your lips. So again, skincare ingredients, all good for you. So the lip oils are quite popular. I've sold quite a few of those already. Just talking lips, if you like a traditional lipstick, there is 2. Okay. You've got a nice fudgy sort of colour and a traditional coppery colour. They like to keep it simple, elegant. Vagheggi. Then you have a beautiful clear lip balm, so you can use that by itself or on top of either a lip pencil or your stylo, anything like that. And a lip scrub. The lip scrub comes just like a lipstick. You can put it on there, exfoliate to get rid of any of that dry skin and smooth things out. You don't actually have to wipe it off if you don't want to. You can just leave it on there a bit like a balm. But if you want to start applying any of the coloured products, you probably just give it a little gentle wipe with a wet cloth, and off you go. Your skin, you know, your lips will be quite soft. Lip pencils. There's 4 of those, 4 different shades. You'll see them on the website. They do wind up and down as well. And these will be the eyeliners in a more traditional brown and a black. Okay. Last but not least, the brushes. Again, simple, elegant, very functional brushes. You've got your big powder brush for like the loose powder and just buffing and blending. Okay, your nice contour highlight type brush. This one again, chiseling, that's quite good for concealer, I actually find. And then these eye brushes, and you can use one as a lip brush as well. They're double-ended. Fantastic, right? I do have an option on the website that you can buy them in as a set in one of the clutches. Okay, so there's a beautiful silicone antibacterial clutch that's quite elegant. It just magnetically closes, and this bigger one here that you can put lots more of your makeup in, it has a nice zip. So silicone, you can easily clean it, very durable, quite pretty too. So that's a little chat about Vagheggi's new skincare range. I am out in the Ferny Grove sort of northwestern suburbs once a week still, and I can bring my little kit with you and to you and do a trial of any of these sorts of colours in true daylight for you. So just let me know. I'm happy to pop by and do a nice consult and figure out if there's any of these new products that will work for you.